In a corner of the remote and peaceful Christmas village lies a cozy cabin surrounded by winding snow-covered paths. There lived a young woman named Ella. She has a special ability, bringing peace and tranquility to the residents of the village with her soft voice and warm smile. Christmas is coming, and in order to give the children in the village an unforgettable, dreamy night, Ella decides to use her special abilities to help. She sprinkled golden glitter on the workbench next to the cabin and blew glass balls to create transparent and shiny dream balls. As night falls, Ella gently walks to every corner of the village and places her carefully crafted dream balls. The snow-covered path shimmered silver in the moonlight, and with the rustle of Ella's footsteps and the gentle sound of the wind, everything seemed extremely peaceful. The air was filled with the fresh smell of pine trees and fresh snowflakes, and the smoke from the villagers' cooking fires curled up, adding a touch of warmth to the cold night. On the roof covered with snowflakes, Santa Claus is getting ready to start his gift distribution journey. Ella watched him disappear into the night sky on his reindeer sleigh, smiling and closing her eyes. She knows that when she wakes up tomorrow, everyone will receive the most wonderful gift, a warm and peaceful Christmas night. The children in the village began to stir in the warm quilts. The dream balls slowly emitted a soft light, and their smiles shone like stars in the night. Ella prayed in her heart, "May every dream bring smiles and sweet dreams, and may everyone be immersed in sweet dreams on Christmas Eve." Now, with the sound of my voice, your body begins to relax. Everything around you becomes blurry, and gentle dreams wrap around you. You feel peaceful, as if you're in Ella's magical Christmas village. Ella's cabin is decorated with various Christmas decorations, and the ice over the eaves is crystal clear, reflecting the starlight in the quiet night sky. Her life is simple and peaceful, in addition to caring about the adults and children in the village every day. She also has a special habit. Every Christmas Eve, she will make a special batch of dream balls. The dream ball is a very rare magical item in Christmas Village. They are transparent glass balls blown by Ella on the outside and filled with warm wishes and golden glitter poured into them by Ella. Placed on a child's windowsill, these dream balls will emit a soft glow when children are asleep, creating beautiful dreams for them and bringing peace and joy. Tonight, Ella traveled to every corner of the village as usual, gently placing handmade dream balls in front of every child's window. The snow-covered path crunched gently beneath her feet. In the secluded night, the only sound was her footsteps and the sound of the breeze blowing the branches, which made people feel a great sense of tranquility. However, there is more to Ella's story. Behind her is her unknown story. Her abilities come from a rare Christmas star, which has given her this magical power since she was a child. Ella's parents told her when she was young that this power should be used to help others as a source of happiness and peace. Therefore, Ella always quietly uses her power to bring peace and fun to everyone on every major holiday, especially Christmas Eve. In the Christmas Village, there's also a special pair of families, little Tommy and his sister Amy. This Christmas, their parents had to be away from home because of work. Ella knew they might be feeling lonely, so she decided to prepare a special dream ball for them. In this ball, she poured as much happiness and warm memories as possible. When little Tommy and Amy met their parents in their dreams, the whole family sat around the fire, sharing stories and smiles. Everything was so real and warm. When they woke up, their hearts were filled with happiness and joy. Peaceful. While Ella continues her journey, leaving deep footprints on the snow-white path, Santa Claus in the distance is preparing to start his long journey filled with magic circles in his reindeer sleigh. They exchanged a knowing smile with each other because they both knew that their common mission was to bring happiness and hope to everyone on this night. Ella held the dream balls lightly and carefully fixed them under each window, her heart filled with wishes that were as beautiful as these transparent pearly orbs. In the night, her figure is like a gentle guardian, walking between houses, spreading peace and joy silently. Next to the ice crystal hut, a small snowman stands on the soft snow, wearing a wide-brimmed hat and a red scarf. It is the masterpiece of the village children during the day. Ella smiled and patted the snowman's arm, as if telling this winter friend that the village would be more beautiful than usual tonight. Not far away, the church bell tower of the Christmas village gently rang the 12 o'clock bell in the middle of the night. The clear and melodious bells echoed in the quiet air, announcing the arrival of Christmas to the whole village. Ella stopped, looked up at the stars, and silently prayed that everyone could find peace and joy in their hearts this night. Ella approached one of the windows, and soft conversations and whispers could be heard inside. She knew that this was the Lyson family in the village. The grandfather in the family had just celebrated his 90th birthday this year. Although the years had carved marks on his face, he still maintained the innocence and joy of a child in his heart. Ella gently placed a dream ball decorated with fine white snowflakes on the windowsill. She knew that Grandpa had always longed to experience the winter play of his childhood again, so she injected this picture into the dream ball. Grandpa under the blue sky and white clouds, staggeringly chasing friends. Snowballs flew, and laughter echoed in the blue sky. The dream ball began to emit a faint, warm light, and Ella watched quietly as the light spread throughout the room. She turned and stepped onto the snow and continued on, her whole being seeming to be drawn to the earth, one with the night. With Ella's departure, every family in the village gradually fell asleep, and the sweet dreams sown by her bloomed in the hearts of the children. We may not be able to see everyone's dreams, but we know that on this Christmas Eve, every wish is gently comforted and answered. Ella finally returned to her ice hut, where she sat quietly in a rocking chair by the stove, staring at the fading light of the fire and thinking. She imagined the smiling faces of the villagers and the carefree dreams of the children, and her heart was filled with contentment and peace. That night, until the first light of dawn began to appear on the horizon, no one in the village felt lonely or sad. Santa's sleigh passed through the highest clouds, bringing Ella and all the villagers with his endless joy and love into a sweet and peaceful Christmas morning. The village has been immersed in peace and tranquility. The children are laughing in their dreams, and the elders are breathing calmly and deeply. Ella walks through the thick snow to the lake near the village, which is a sacred place for her to contemplate and meditate. The lake surface is covered with a thin layer of ice, and the shimmering light dances on it, like a painting decorated with colored pens. Ella sat by the lake and took out the last undistributed dream ball. This ball is slightly different, with tiny snowflakes swirling inside it, changing shapes infinitely. She touched the ball lightly and hummed a soft tune. As she sang, the dream ball emitted a dazzling light, refracted countless rainbow rays, and enveloped Ella in it. This is a gift from the earth, a reward for her obscurity. Every ray of light is a small wish, a family's smile, a child's joy. When the music fell, the dream ball lay quietly on the snow. Its mission had been completed. It brought Ella not only blessings, but also a portal to the past. Ella raised her head, and the ice on the lake began to crack. But it did not break into pieces, but formed a wide channel leading to an island in the lake with a sparkling light. The island, which only emerges every Christmas Eve, is the magical center of ChristmasVillage and the only place where Ella can talk to the past. Summer flowers are in full bloom on the island, forming a sharp contrast with the silvery white world outside. Arriving on the island, Ella saw her parents, smiling and waving to her. She hugged them tightly, feeling the long-lost warmth and strength. Her parents told her that they had been watching her grow up and do all the good deeds she did for the villagers. Although they cannot exist in the material world, they will definitely return to this special island on this night every year, waiting to meet her. Ella spent the evening with her parents, sharing stories and reminiscing about her childhood and how she used her power to guide the village toward harmony. Before dawn, Ella must return to the real world and her parents disappear again in the light of the Spirit Island. When they parted, they gave Ella a small gift, a dream ball that condensed the gratitude of all the villagers. Ella held the precious ball, tears shining in her eyes, knowing that no matter how lonely she was, the love of her parents and the gratitude of the villagers would always be with her. She returned to the lake shore and watched the ice seal again, as if the mysterious island was just a dream. When the first ray of sunlight penetrated the night in the village, Ella stood in front of the ice crystal hut, looking at the gradually waking village. The dream ball in her hand is gently placed into her beloved decorative box, a treasure trove of love and memories. The magic of Christmas has not faded at the end of the night, and Ella's story and the joy she brings to everyone will stay with the villagers until the next magical night comes again. On a quiet winter night in the Christmas village, an outline of white snows was carved under each colorful window, revealing a soft light like the warmest stars in the distant starry sky. Villagers like to leave a row of small candles on the windowsill. They emit a faint light and fragrance, making passers-by feel the warmth in their souls. The lingering smoke rising from the chimneys of each house intertwined with the winter stars in the night sky to form a tender picture. Ella's hut is unique compared to other accommodation in the village. The blue ice crystals sparkle under the moonlight like a fairy tale house coming out of a dream. The snow around the hut seemed to be covered with a velvet blanket, and she was careful not to disturb this purity. Whenever a breeze passes by, the wind chimes hanging on the eaves will make a sweet sound, like a lullaby from nature, slowly coaxing the land into sleep. It's not accidental that Ella can become the Christmas Eve messenger in Christmas Village. In her memory, there was a rainy night, and lightning split the tranquility of the night, and she was born on such a night. At that time, a strange meteor passed by the window, giving her this special power. Ella's parents once told her that such an ability means responsibility and dedication, so that she can give warmth and comfort to others on the coldest night of the year. Tonight, as usual, Ella brought the dream ball she made to send blessings to every family in the village. Maybe it's because of Ella, maybe it's because of these dream balls. The Christmas Village always seems particularly harmonious. Every child can't wait to fall asleep as soon as possible, because they know that beautiful dreams will always come as scheduled. For example, the Baker family, who lived at the end of the village, had their young daughter Katie always afraid of the dark night. Whenever night fell, she would always curl up in bed and cry. Ella made her a dream ball filled with gentle starlight. When the night was quiet, the starlight would shine sweetly in her room, as if there was a guardian angel by her side, driving away all fear. SantaClaus is always busy preparing the last gifts on the eve of Christmas Eve. His workshop is abuzz with activity, with elves bustling about, making sure every gift is impeccably wrapped. The moment before departure, Santa Claus will sit quietly in front of his large desk, looking out the window at the white snow, thinking about the joy on the faces of the children who are about to receive gifts. When his eyes fell on Ella's ice crystal hut, a satisfied smile would always appear on his lips. Of course, not every story works so well. On this magical night, Ella suddenly discovered that one of the dream balls she had made was missing. This is for a lonely old man who lives alone in a small wooden house outside the village. Ella is so distraught that the whole village is gripped by her anxiety. She took every step of the night again, and finally, under an old pine tree filled with snowflakes, she finally found the dream ball that exuded a faint blue light. After getting the dream ball back, Ella regained her calmness and smile. She immediately went to the cabin and gently placed the dream ball on the old man's windowsill. When she turned around quietly, the warm yellow light seeping from the window told her that the old man was already smiling in his dream. As everything slowly came to an end, Ella's heart settled. At this moment, she felt relaxed and peaceful like never before. She returned to her cabin, approached the swaying stove, and sat on the familiar rocking chair with bright flames reflected in her eyes. Gently, she closed her eyes and allowed her consciousness to slowly drift into the distance of dreamland amid the warm swaying. Ella's rocking chair rocked gently by the fire, and the night outside was dotted with the dreamy glory of the village. In this moment of silence, even nature seems to be whispering, not daring to disturb this peace. Her heart traveled through the day, lingering in every subtle gaze in thousands of households. Every child's smile and every parent's grateful eyes planted a spark in her heart. It is these warm memories that create the endless flame in Ella's ice crystal cabin. Outside the windows, covered with ice crystals, the night sky in Christmas Village is so clear and cloudless. The snow under the moonlight adds a bit of mystery and romance. In the distance, Santa's huge pine tree that has stood for countless years can be faintly seen among the trees, decorated with colorful lights as bright as day. Ella knew that the old man was busy distributing last-minute gifts. Like her, he is an integral part of the village, bringing warmth and joy to every family. Ella stood up and walked to the window, covering the dreamlike layer of ice crystals with her hands, and her gentle breath condensed into small white air. Looking outside, you can see the smoke rising from the chimney in the distance, dancing gently in the wind like another kind of dreamer on the earth. In her mind, Ella slowly recalled every detail of her childhood. At that time, she didn't know how precious her abilities were, but she just felt the call from the stars. As she grows older, Ella gradually learns how to use her power to soothe people's hearts and weave and convey dreams. Time is like a song, and her ability is like the melody in a dream, soft and charming. The magic of Christmas is not only gifts and decorations, but also the desire and pursuit of a better life in people's hearts. Ella understands that in this busy and noisy world, what people need is a sense of peace, an understanding, and a glimpse of their dreams. And she is the keeper of this dream. Finally, Ella returned to the rocking chair. She closed her eyes and allowed her body and mind to merge with the warmth around her. This is her mission, to protect the village in the simplest but most sincere way, so that everyone can find the starlight in their hearts on Christmas Eve. As you prepare to fall asleep, let the warmth and peace of the Christmas village accompany you, just like Ella's silent lullaby, bringing you peace and sweetness. Feeling every ups and downs of your breathing, your body becomes more and more relaxed, and your mind gradually calms down. Let this magical Christmas Eve lead you gently and gently into dreamland.